Wargaming, please stop tickling our balls and give us what we want. E100 Krokodil. Well, this is the next best thing. Jagdpanzer E90. Completely fake. By all means, but already crossed that Rubicon. So E77, E65, so no such thing, but Jagdpanzer E90, the mini Krokodil. It's a 150mm, not a 170. Smaller chassis by the looks of it compared to a E100, but large superstructure with machine gun cupola practically negating the effective armor, mostly, of the sloped front. It looks thick, but that basically kills it, along with the mushroom, kinda, for the second loader? Or radio operator, but rangefinder weak spot on the hull sides. There is an ammo loading, shell loading crane, that's nice, built into the back of the hull, which is good. But commander, driver, and this is the gunner right here. So should be a 6-man crew or at least 5. But if you like the Yak Tigers, if you like the Jagdpanzer E100, this will feel right at home. But it's a 150 compared to your 128 on the Yak Tiger at tier 9. So more like the firepower of a Waffentrigger Panzer IV, but having armor. The sloping is about 45 degrees. It's about 160 on paper, so should be approximately the same as with a contender hull front. More or less, but we'll have to see the actual armor. So at least their side skirts, they could treat it like the Tiger Mouse or the E77 for that matter, so negating the entire side skirt on the actual model whatsoever. So no collision for the actual side skirts, which also pissed me off too. But gun barrel is not that long for a 150. It's more like a E100 length, somewhat. So close range, assault tank destroyers. We technically don't have it for tier 9 German TDs, but battle machine gun removed from the front to the back of the superstructure, and it's huge too. Alright, main stats. 650 alpha for the 150. It's not as strong as a 750 alpha as per normal, but that's fine, I guess. 290mm of pin and 334 for high explosive anti-tank. Not as strong as a 170mm with 420 blazed high explosive anti-tank round. 90 for high explosive. Shell velocity is average. I mean, it's still sometimes better than the Chinese original shell velocity, which is like 700 or something. So yeah, it's still fine. You're close range. 16.2 seconds of reload without the commander bonus. It's surprisingly fast to aim. It's sub 3 seconds, but base accuracy is average, mediocre. And 9 degrees gun depression, 20 elevation, 5 degrees per side of actual traverse arc. So it's like the Polish tank destroyers, but you don't have the damage drop-off thing to worry about. 40 rounds of a 150, which is surprising, but 5-man crew, missing a loader compared to your super heavy Jagdpanzer E100s. That's still fine. And horsepower per ton ratio is obviously 9.1, not the fastest. Top speed at only 28. Do you put a turbocharger on this thing? You definitely want improved hardening and rammer. The last one could be turbocharger or optics, let your teammates spot for you, but hull traverse, not that quick. Gun traverse speed in the socket is okay. Only 1800 health. I would expect like 2000, similar to a tortoise or something, right? But that seems kind of average for something of a Jagdpanzer E100-esque of a big body design, but I want 2000 health. 1060mm on the superstructure. Not that much for the lower plate. It is bolted to the hull front and the superstructure, but I wonder how thick this actual plating is. If it's like 200mm, that's the same as the E100 upper plate, which is about 350-ish millimeters effective. You're not getting through most of the time. So if it's like 160, 180, that's the same as the British heavy tanks. We'll take a look at a second. But could be fine. The cupola is mostly killing this vehicle. It is tall though, so unless you face hug, people will have shots onto the cupola. Camo sucks, but not the worst compared to a 1% or 2%. View range, meh. Actually below average. Average is like 380 or something. And radio below average. Huh. It is big. And the mini turret for the machine gun is even bigger than the Jagdpanzer E100 in the back. Yeah, it's still... I mean, this is such a big ass vehicle. It could be about the same size for the machine gun mini turret, but this is a big ass body. Just move it to the hull, to the hull front. Could be the same size, just a smaller body, but looks bigger in comparison. So, on the actual garage stats page, it's, I mean, DPM is still okay, right? For an assault tank destroyer at tier 9 as a premium? Not bad, right? I mean, still sounds good for the gun, but the armor and the mobility combo is not making up for it though. Right? Armor is 180 on the actual in-game model. So at that sloping, it's still about 260-ish, 270-ish. So you still need gold shell to go through, depending on the crevice inside the gun mantlet, around the gun mantlet. So maybe this is a weak spot right here, but who the hell knows. But it's still relatively quick to aim for a large caliber gun, similar to the Jagdpanzer E100. It's like 2.1 second on a 170mm with 0.32 accuracy. I do have the enhanced gun lane drive on this thing. What the hell do I even have vents? I haven't played this thing in like 7+ years. This thing should have improved hardening, but archaic old equipment that did not swap out after the change to equipment 2.0. So you should have improved hardening to prevent the tracks from being blown off. But apparently with vents, yeah, 2 seconds of aim time for a 170mm. That's crazy. But yeah, you should have improved hardening for such a assault tank destroyer, and about 2000 health boosted up with the equipment. Not the fastest, surprising camo, but still not great. Yeah, and radio from cruise skill being buffed or something, but that's not the 670. Whatever. It's a beautiful vehicle by all means. You'll be scared shitless with your Sherman seeing this vehicle, right? You see a Jagdpanther, you got scared the crap out of it. This is basically that thing on a steroid. Fueled, I mean, meth trip. Doped up on a bunch of morphines and cocaine. And that's exactly what this vehicle is. It's a hyped up Jagdpanther with super armor and a larger caliber gun. So yeah, you see a Jagdpanther back in World War II. Yeah, you scare shitless with your Sherman. This is not, this is not a Jagdpanther. This is more scary than a Jagdpanther. But shell velocity is all right. Original shell velocity on the Chinese tank destroyers were not great, but you still make it work at 700. 940 is fine. It's fine. You're close range anyways. Yeah, 150mm. L44. It's not a historically real vehicle. Not even close. It looks pretty though. Just give us the E100 Krokodil. We're already at that point, right? We're already at it. This is practically a mini version of that vehicle. And a premium. And making the bonds. So, is it better than the current Tier 9 premium for the German, which is the Jaeger, the T3 Jaeger? I don't have it. Also, this is better than the Jaeger, in my opinion. They got buffed. This thing got buffed with a Lorraine 50T. But the Jaeger is like a Grill 15 with a 120mm sniper, practically. Has better turret traverse dispersion, but hull traverse dispersion is crap on this thing. So it is still a sniper, quote unquote, but you don't really play this thing. Has limited gun traverse too. So it doesn't really play like a Jagdtiger. Jagdtiger, you could play it like a sniper at this point. You don't have to play it assault. You can actually camp in the back and snipe with the high DPM, high pen, good accuracy, very good accuracy, and penetration. Alpha damage, yeah, as expected, but also having vents too. Alright, segue into equipments. You want rammer, obviously. You want either optics or turbocharger as your third slot, but if you want to be aggressive, you need improved hardening. Help out with your tracks, the repair track health. If you want to be a little bit more passé, a little bit more reserved, put vents or turbocharger, I guess, but yeah, you should really need improved hardening. I haven't played with my Jagdtiger in a while too. Yeah, a long while. You should play it more like a tortoise at this point. I would expect it to have more health. So yeah, definitely more like a tortoise or like a badger. So yeah, improved hardening. Definitely. You need this. Help out with their tracks. The tortoise has already great accuracy and fast aim time. You don't even need it. You don't even need vents. Vents is already overkill and redundant. Alright, for field mods, first one is obvious, no question. So effective hull traverse, better durability. This one sucks. Just never pick this one ever for tank destroyers ever. Second one, accuracy or aim time. I would say accuracy. I mean, it's still fast to aim for a large caliber gun. I would say accuracy. Buff it down to like 0.32 because sometimes snipe. Help out with people not shooting at your cupola in the back if you want to snipe, but shell velocity is not great for sniping. So you could make it work, but we go about throw off the shot once you're reloading or waiting for the opponent to shoot back. So yeah, accuracy. View range, definitely. Camo after firing is already like 1% or 0%. So yeah, 0%. You will be spotted if you fired a large caliber gun. You already have no camo whatsoever, so better view range. This is redundant. You rarely pick this one over the view range, mostly on vehicles like the E25. So yeah, for this vehicle, no, you're picking better view range. And finally, better reload time or more hit points and crew protection. Now, reload at this point for a tortoise is somewhat significant. It's a high DPM machine, right? 4,000 DPM to 4,250, which is still kind of whatever for a 4,000 DPM baseline, right? But I would say better protection for the crew, as well as vehicle hit points. The hit points is not that much. It's like 50. So barely that much. It's mostly the protection for the crew. So this one's up to you. But I would say if you're getting shot by high explosive artillery rounds, getting detracked, getting your loader knocked out in the tortoise because they shoot the machine gun cupola, yeah, you want better protection. So yeah, this is where the loader sits, right here. One of the loader. So getting one of them shot means less reload time or longer reload time, less DPM. So unless you have Mentor on the commander to help out with the dead loader, but yeah, that's super fun. I would say it's likely for the loader to sit right there. And exactly another weak spot for this vehicle. So getting shot right there means you have a decreased DPM. most of the time too. So yeah, you want better protection for the crew, but just the vehicle seems slow. It has practically a large tumor on the superstructure, negating the effective armor practically on the hull front. So people know where to shoot, obviously, but it's like the object 𝗝𝗃𝗃, the bush. The R2-D2 negates the entire armor on the hull front, even though it's a S tank with great, like 110 slope armor on the hull front, means nothing because of the large R2-D2 from like a KV-5 right into the middle of your freaking superstructure, or top of your superstructure, which is practically negating the effective armor whatsoever. That vehicle could be so good without the freaking R2-D2 from a KV-5, practically. And then look how big that thing is. Yeah, 110 millimeter hull front. Yeah, means nothing when you get shot at right there. So this thing had to snipe without DPM, without DPM sniping. Oh, so it feels like a 5 for now. I mean, I want the E100 Krokodil, and give us the alligator too while they're at it, right? But yeah, this is like a 5. It looks great. By all means, I'm German biased. It looks marvelous. It looks genius. Like World War II, you see this vehicle, you shit your pants. You see a Jagdpanther, you shit your pants. But seeing this thing, yeah, it's a Jagdpanther on drugs, on meth, and cocaine, and adrenaline, all mixing to a crazy cocktail into this vehicle, practically. So on roids. But it's great. It's great looking. Just performance-wise, not that well. It could use more health to balance out the cupola weak spot, right? So unless this cupola is like 250 millimeter or at least 230, yeah, that's fine. It's not exactly a weak spot, similar to the 𝗲𝗏𝗃𝗃. So you would think stuff like the 𝗲𝗏𝗃𝗃, like the VK100, you would think that cupola is a weak spot. It's not exactly a weak spot, technically, on stuff like this. So this is about 230, I remember. And you can shoot it, right? You would think shooting it would be a weak spot. It's not exactly at the front. Yeah, 240. You still need gold shell to pin this thing. It looks like a weak spot. It's 240. So unless that cupola is about the same, like 240, 230, it could be like the object 𝗝𝗃𝗃𝗃, practically negated all the armor on the front. So we'll have to wait and see the actual armor profile, but they could do it the same way they done with the E77, negating the space side armor. It's only 80. It's not 80 plus like 15 millimeters, 20 millimeters of space armor. No, it's not. Nothing there. Shafted on this vehicle, but 5 for now. So I don't mind. But for a tier 9 assault tank destroyer, the cupola is what really kills this vehicle, right? Unless it's 230 at least, but it's okay. It's like a 5. It's mostly for the aura intimidation factor when you're seeing this vehicle, but similar to the Jagdpanzer E100, you shoot the machine gun mini turret in the back, so practically negating the effective armor on the actual vehicle unless you have garbage aim. But I would say 5 for now. I mean, you have a better time in the Jagdtiger. This thing doesn't have a cupola weak spot. This is 250 on the superstructure. Yeah, 250 on the superstructure. You'll have a hard time penetrating the superstructure on this thing and the mantlet compared to the upper plate. So upper plate is not as strong, obviously, but also cannot compare to the actual armor on this thing. And this thing has the machine gun mini turret in the back, so you can actually wiggle about more effectively to throw off the shot than having the cupola in the middle. So near the axis of turning point, which means it doesn't turn as much as having it in the back, right? So rotating in place rather than rotating on the tail end to have a wider arc to throw off the shot. So yeah, it's like a 5 for now. Give us the E100 Krokodil. They'll probably give us the alligator as well. They have it on the Russian server, but FV 205B alligator. It's at tier 9 for the Brit with the L7. We could have it at tier 10, technically, or possibly at tier 8, but the alligator. It's practically almost the same playstyle too, just a rapid firing gun instead of a large caliber one, but yeah, it's an alligator. Armors. I don't have the armor profile on? Oh, I had to reload the mod. Oh well, but there you go folks. The E90 Jagdpanzer. It's a roided up, steroided Jagdpanther, but for now, 𝗝 killing it for me. So we have to see the actual armor. It's like a 5. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.